guys, welcome back to Book Talk. So this week, not only do we have a super cool book to tell you about, but it is also the beginning of a new series that I just learned about, and that is the Green Ember series by S.D. Smith. So it is an ebook, so I apologize if there's a glare there. I heard about the series and I was so eager to read it that I had to get the ebook version instead of actually buying it like a normal person. But anyway, so that is the Green Ember series. So the first book is just called The Green Ember, and it is by S.D. Smith. I kind of found out about this totally by accident. I was on Pinterest, of all places, and a meme from the series pops up, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, and one thing led to another, and I ended up getting it, and it is amazing. It is so good. The best way I can describe it is it's like a mix between the Wingfeather series and Lord of the Rings, which are two both phenomenal series, and this book just has the best qualities of both of them. So I highly, highly recommend that. It's the Green Ember series. Definitely check that out. I'm sure you noticed the characters are animals. There was the little rabbits and all that. I have found that book series that deal with like animals as their main characters, you really get away with some of the darkest story themes because they're like, oh, it's animals, it's fine. The Warrior series, Redwall, all of those, I've noticed they deal with some really heavy, mature themes, but it's kind of okay because the main characters are animals instead of people. This series was no exception, so it definitely, I felt like, increased the reading audience to a much older level, meaning adults can read it and not feel like they're reading a kid's book, because the characters might be animals, but the world, the setting, the problems, everything they're dealing with were not only very adult things, but very human things too, and it was a very deep story. It wasn't just like a kid's book. So definitely this is one don't judge the book by its cover kind of thing for sure. But yeah, definitely recommend this series. I loved all of it. I really did. But I loved the whole feel of the book, like the world that it was set in. It was such a combination world, it really was. It felt like the whole mystical history kind of feel of Lord of the Rings, but it was coupled with that like adventurous unpredictability of like the Wingfeather series. So that's why I combined those two in my description. But it was so engaging, and it just felt like a place like, oh, I'd like to go there. At the same time, I wouldn't because of what they're dealing with, but you know what I mean. It really drew you into that world. And I really appreciated in his character writing, he actually made his characters kind of a bit more mature than usual. Especially noticed this there's a brother and sister pair that are the main characters, and he actually wrote them as a good sibling pair, which for me I found very impressive because in a lot of series, even the Wingfeather series does this, they'll take a sibling pair and instead of letting them have like a good, healthy sibling relationship, they make them have like almost like a unhealthy dynamic. For example, in the Wingfeather series, you have the two characters where the older brother's always trying to deal with the younger brother's, annoyance and complaints, and they're just like always fighting. And I get that that's like life, but it gets annoying sometimes in a book. So I was very happy in this book the author did not do that. He actually had a sibling relationship where it was healthy and they actually like cared about each other, and it was so refreshing. I really enjoyed that. And it just added a whole new element to the book where I wasn't getting weighed down with like, oh, here's another sibling fight I have to read about. It was a lot more encouraging and uplifting. And I mean, the characters were all great in general. They were so relatable and personable. His writing really brought them all to life for sure. But yeah, I cannot say enough good things about the series. It was so good. It was so great in its setting and in its writing, its description, its character development, its plot line. It was wonderful. So that was definitely like, if we're doing a 5 out of 5 star recommendation, it would be this series. So definitely check that out. It's the Green Ember series by S.D. Smith. There's, I think, at least 6 books that I know of in this series. I've just started it, so I can't tell you how good it goes, but definitely the first one is awesome, and I look forward to reading the rest. So you guys have a great week, and thanks for joining us.